Hello wonderful people of the internet, my name is Caroline Kihugu. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Today I would like to talk about titles, and I know there are various kinds of titles. It could be father, daughter, mother, son, friend, all those titles. But then today I would like to talk about the titles concerning work: boss, employee, colleague, all those titles. And I feel like, okay, I know they say that there is power in a name, and I completely agree with that. But then today I would like to talk about the kind of titles where we like being identified with a lot. Like, we feel so proud when you are called the boss. You feel so happy whenever you are called the director or the CEO or the manager. You see all those titles, and I know they feel so good, but then there is a reason as to why I do not like all these titles. Because if you have them get into your mind, or if they stick into your brain, then it's actually a problem. Like, congrats if you've started a business, or congrats if you've moved in Radars app. Maybe you started as a salesperson, now you are the manager of sales, or you are the general manager, or you just went a step higher. Doesn't matter the title, but then you are still a step higher. And most of the time, whenever this happens, it gets to our mind, it gets to our brain so much that we even forget about the job. We even forget that this is just a title, and it could come and go anytime. I could get replaced in this job. Like, maybe I started the business, I'm the owner, but then that title reflects even into my pocket? Or is it just a title and I am so happy about the title and I forget to work hard and have the same relate into my pocket? One thing, or one reason as to why I do not like these titles is because very many people, especially young people, forget themselves because of these titles. Like, I was watching this, I'm a huge fan of Netflix, and I was watching this show, The Ultimatum, and that was Ultimatum 2. There was this person, Roxanne, and I thought maybe she might not realize that it could be a problem in one way or another. But then the way she was too obsessed about the job, saying like, I am an entrepreneur, I have my own company, like, I would only get married to somebody who is ambitious, somebody who is like, I don't have a problem with getting married or being with somebody or being someone who is driven. But then if it's the only thing like you talk about, if it's the only thing coming out of your mind, out of your mouth, then it's a problem. Like, it's okay if you're happy about it, but then you don't have to sound like you're being disrespectful to other people. You don't have to sound like, you know what, I am so and so, and I am this and this, to a point that you forget even where you're supposed to call yourself these things. Like, if we are in a group of friends, then I don't understand why you have to keep rubbing it in that I am an entrepreneur, I make this much, I am doing this well, and I'm only this and this years old. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's okay if you want to be identified as that, but then to what limit? How much does it affect you? And if it's affecting you, how is it affecting you? Is it positively or negatively? Does it sound rude whenever you're talking about it out there? Or is it respectful? How impactful is it to your own life and to other people's lives? Because at the end of the day, titles will not feed you. Titles will not pay your bills. And if you are a humble CEO or director, doesn't mean that you are not a director. If you are a humble employee, doesn't mean that you are not a good employee. At the end of the day, you will not feed on the titles. At the end of the day, these are just titles and they don't mean a lot. Like if I called you the boss today and you do not have enough to survive, then how is that helpful to you? If I called you the janitor, but then the salary feeds you and pays your bills, then what is the problem with that? Like at the end of the day, we are just here trying to make ends meet, and sometimes it gets uncomfortable dealing with titles in places that they are not needed, and not just sounding uncomfortable. Whenever you let these titles affect you that much, then it gets to be a problem. And having to deal with these titles is like dealing with a drug. You don't know how far you've gone. You do not know at what point am I supposed to call it a quit. At what point do I say enough is enough? It's like a drug. Once I'm the CEO, I want to be the director. Once I'm the director, I want to be the owner. Once I'm like, if you are one person who is very driven by the titles, then it could be addictive. But then I'm not saying titles are bad. Titles are good because we all want to be somebody great. They make you get respected in some areas. Like if anybody had that you are the CEO Safaricom, then everybody respects you. Like I'm not saying titles are bad. Titles are good, just do not overdo them. Titles are good, just don't let them come into your brain in a way that you cannot do without them. If you're overdoing it, then that's where the problem comes in. Titles are definitely good, but then do not overdo them. I felt like this is a lame topic, but then it's actually not. Very many people suffer from, would I call it an identity syndrome, or what would I call it? Like very many people suffer from this problem. Very many people want to be identified. Okay, we all want to be identified with the best, but then it's a problem if you do not respect people below you just because you feel like you are up. Does it make sense? Respect everybody. Nobody knows about tomorrow. You might disrespect me today, but then find me in a position tomorrow where you need my help. So just because you are the CEO today do not mean that you need to treat your janitor bad. Or just because you are the janitor today does not mean that you will have to hate your boss today. Respect everybody, treat everybody with respect, treat everybody equally. The same way you treat the boss, treat the waiter. The same way you treat the CEO Equity, treat the person who sells you magazine with the same kind of respect. I hope this makes sense. Till next time, bye.